like you said, there is that face that you have with the outside world and the face that you have keep to yourself. Similarly, they have a in and an out when it comes to people. You're either a part of their society or you're not.
Oh,
You're an
yeah.
outsider.
Of
We
course.
don't look Japanese, so we're always going to be outsiders. And that is one
Oh,
unfortunate little aspect of it. No matter how long I stay there, how well I speak
yeah.
Japanese, I'm always going to be a foreigner.
Yeah, you'll always be a foreigner. Like, no, but like they still treat you very nicely. You feel like
Yeah,
welcome, but you're never
absolutely.
part of like the inside community and everything, right?
There is
It,
there
it,
is always there is always people like there are people who are mildly racist over there, but it's very
Yeah.
subtle in Japan. People won't come to your face and be loud and racist to you, but then in
Of
the tiny
course.
actions that they do, like when they have some issues in the area where someone is not putting their trash out right, they will probably blame the foreigner first. That is
Oh, 100%, yeah.
stuff like that. Even though
has it happened to you?
I'm the most particular about these stuff, right? When it comes to especially interacting with other people, I will probably be better than every other person on the street when it comes to putting my trash out. But there are people who aren't, right? One day I was
Yeah.
walking down the street and somebody decided to leave their trash not bagged well. And this old lady was sitting and looking at it. And I come in and she very nicely starts telling me about trash rules.
Oh
that I
my
al-
god.
That I already know. She's super polite. But
Yeah,
I
yeah, of
already know
course.
these. I already know these things, and she's telling me that these things shouldn't be done, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I know. Thanks.
Oh,
I am
wow.
aware.
I see what you mean, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't mine, but it's okay if you assume it is. But it wasn't mine, buddy. And that's the thing. They'll almost always assume that it's the foreigner.
Yeah, they'll always assume that. And I think I've heard from a lot of people also, like, your role in the community will always be as an outsider and what purpose you can serve as someone from outside, right? That's
Yeah.
what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah. There's always that
Yeah,
feeling.
that sucks. Yeah, that sucks.
It
Like,
does.
like even for me, otherwise, like being in India, you're somewhat carefree. Like you walk down the road like hey, what
Oh,
are you
yeah,
doing?
of course.
Yeah. So here, like, for the first few days, and then like it mellowed down a bit, but it was still constantly there in the back of my mind that I have to always be careful about what I'm doing, how I'm walking, or am I being too loud. So like that's when I realized, oh wait, like I was very consciously trying to
Be at your best.
be at my best. Yeah.
Mm.
And it's I think it's like partly due to what we had heard about Japan and what like Niveda told me, right? Like, yes, this is how like they are, and also
Yeah.
because of how much you've heard from the internet and social media of how Japan is. So like together, like, you're just constantly conscious of yourself, and then like seeing it firsthand of how nice they are. I mean, someone's super nice to you, like, on one hand you're like, hey, that's nice. At the same time, you feel
Yeah.
obligated to be nice again, and then there's this cycle of always being nice. So so that frame of mind, I wasn't sure if I'll be able to keep up with if I settled there. So that's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
the
Like-
one reason why.
Yeah, I guess that just I think a lot of my anxiety about it rubbed off onto you before you came only. So that's pretty unfortunate for you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I
But-
see. You were
No,
like
no,
you were like at your
no,
wits' end
no,
at that point, right? Because you just
Yeah.
wanted to leave. Huh?
Like I was my
there
my
is this
landlady
other,
was on the same plot and stuff like that. So like we were a little like careful.
I see.
No, but there is also this other thing of where, like, anytime you leave the country and go to another place, you sort of are representing the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this other, like, already not a lot of fans for Indians.
Oh, yeah, I
in other
understand
parts of
that.
India.
Yeah.
That
So this
hurts.
added responsibility per se, like, hey, I have to be at my best so that I don't.
I mean, not everybody cares about that, of course, but
Yeah.
But it's there at the back
it's
of
there
my
at the back of my mind too.
Yeah, it happens. Like, I've met people who've previously had bad experiences with Indians, so they always look at
That's
it that
right.
way. But then
Yeah.
you have to change their mind, and then,
Exactly,
But yeah,
it becomes my mission.
exactly. Yeah, but that's happened a lot. Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories, and so have you, of course.
There was this one, like, I don't know what to call it, but that was the first time I experienced something like that, and it was pretty interesting. So I was walking down the road. So like since I can't, like I realized soon that I can't go to her workplace to pick her up and drop her
Yeah.
off. So I used to go to the station, Kamakura station. So at night, I was walking to the station and I see this Japanese person opposite me on the same side of the road. So they see me, they stop for a second, they get startled, they cross the road and continue walking.
Oh
That was
yeah,
the first time.
I think she told us
I
that. Yeah,
just mentioned
previously.
that.
That was
Yeah.
hilarious, dude. It must have been
Yeah,
so strange, right?
It was so strange. Like you read about it on the internet and then like you had
Yeah.
different tales and then like experience the first time I was like, oh, so that's
Yeah.
how that feels.
I think like they don't do that with me. It's mainly with I guess like foreign men.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty tall. I had a beard. I was wearing a jacket.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
hands were in
yeah.
the jacket pockets. So
No, but
stereotypically-
yeah, that Nivedita, you also said you were like the only brown girl, right? So did you get a lot of like stares all the time
Oh
and
my
everything?
god.
Yeah.
So they're very
I
polite.
imagine.
So I
Uh-huh.
think I received more stares in Mumbai than I did in Japan.
What?
Yeah. So like the thing is, in Japan, you go there, and if someone is looking at you, if you catch them in the act, they will look
Yeah.
away, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
यहाँ पे वो नहीं होता. Like over here, they don't look away when you catch them. They double down. So that's like the main difference. They're very polite about it. Like even if they do stare, but I had a lot of curious people around me. So I almost always, every time I stepped out, almost, I'd have people coming and starting conversations up with me about where I'm from, which is very sweet. I appreciated
Yeah.
that quite a bit. Like
which is in contrast to what I experienced. Like not one
Yeah.
person came up to talk to me.
exactly.
That
So
is
I
weird.
think I look pretty easy to approach as a tiny Indian girl compared to a tall Indian bearded man.
Yeah.
Main difference. Like mostly it was old men and old ladies
Okay.
because they're a little more carefree with their time, I guess. So like almost all the time. There were a few creeps in there as well. Like middle-aged Japanese men. I'm looking
I
at them.
see.
Yes, but they're not like Indian men, fortunately for me. They're not as pushy, so it's very easy for me to just like sweetly talk my way out of that and run in the opposite direction. So it was fine. It was
Well,
pretty
yeah.
manageable.
Oh, okay.
Like-
So it's not that you didn't feel like weirded out, did you? Like, or did
No.
you feel weirded out?
I understand the curiosity.
Yeah, of course.
Especially if they hear me speaking Japanese, right? So like I used to go to this Starbucks that was right outside Kamakura station in the mornings because I was addicted to coffee. So I had a pretty good relationship there with the baristas because
Yeah.
I could speak Japanese and they were so curious to find out why. So I had a pretty good relationship with them. So every time I ordered coffee and I sat down, someone would come and talk to me and like try to find out why I speak Japanese and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay.
So-
yeah,
so
that's fun. Yeah.
That's pretty all right. And then
Oh,
the
yeah.
baristas were so nice that when I told them I'm leaving, they took me out for dinner.
Oh wow.
That's just so sweet.
Yeah, that's
they were-
amazing.
The people there were really kind and amazing.
Yeah,
So I
that,
don't, I don't
that's
mind it.
that actually is pretty cool because like if I lived in like a small like town in Portugal for a year, Bragança. It's a very small community. I think in the local part, even I was like the only Indian guy over there,
Uh-huh.
and like everyone, after a while, everyone in the town knows you. They know who you are, right?
Yeah.
So I used to get a lot of stares in the beginning too, but I also got creeped out by like I think I was out with my roommate, like we were going shopping in the supermarket or something, and some old lady comes start talking to us and she tells us, oh, you work here, you go to this school, you live here, like
Oh my
they
god.
knew exactly where we lived, where we went,
Oh my
everything. Even though like we've never
Wow.
met them, never had a conversation. Like is that like tight knit community?
Oh,
But
that's
yeah, that was very creepy.
that's
but,
pretty creepy.
What I liked about Bragança was like they instantly accept you as one of their own. They treat you as if you're from there after a while. So I really enjoyed which is not the case here. Yeah.
Like even there was no discrimination outright. They were super nice to me. I had a super smooth stay for the entirety of the 2 years, But
Yeah.
I always had the foreigner pass.
Oh yeah, of
So
course.
I couldn't do wrong, really. So like even if I messed up, they'd kind of give me the foreigner pass. She's a foreigner. It's okay. Like, don't have to worry about it. So, in that sense, it was great.
Yeah,
And-
you can always use the foreigner. Even in India, I think when the police catch white people, they just let them go, And if they catch some of us, they like charge us a lot of money.
Ulta,
I've
they
seen
catch white people and they charge double.
Dude, I've seen it happen. Like I think one of my college professors, he got caught like 2-3 times, and the officer was always like, "Oh, please go," like never caught him. So that's my side, but. It also makes sense that they're corrupt and they charge. I also
They
believe
charge
that
more.
definitely. Yeah, they always charge. They will exploit you. Yeah.
Sounds more probable.